everybody, welcome to the channel. My name's Jonathan and this is my 2005 6.0 Excursion. I bought this right at about a year ago. It was a single owner trade-in from a dealership local right here in Central Ohio. It had 118,000 miles on it when I bought it, and my wife uses it as a daily driver. I'm not exactly sure of who had this prior to me, but the engine is virtually untouched. This is a blank slate. I get to start fresh and start from the beginning and build it up exactly how I wanted it, that I'm really excited to start working on. Even the exhaust is stock. They didn't remove any of the catalytic converters. They didn't remove the muffler. They didn't remove any of it. Hint, hint at what the next mod may be. The brakes are upgraded to a set of cross-drilled slotted rotors with some Reman red painted calipers. These have been on for about 7,000 miles now, and they're great, especially for the money. I did have to put a new set of batteries in. The old ones were pretty decent until we got some cold weather. I worked on it when I hadn't slept enough, and of course some stupid things happened.
So we have the old battery charger there. Let's go ahead and... Whoa. That's not good.
But it all worked out eventually, and now it has a brand new set of batteries. If we take a look at the exterior, it is relatively stock, almost as it came from the factory. It's the limited trim, so it has the nice color-matched bumpers and some nice chrome bits, chrome trim along the side. I went with LED taillights. I did an LED third brake light. Of course, did the LED reverse lights. I think that's a nice touch. It's really cool when somebody throws something into reverse and then ultra white lights show up. The headlights are aftermarket projector dual beam, and I have a 5,000 Kelvin HID kit in the low beams.
Low beam, high beam, looks pretty good. I like the bi-xenon look.
And the running lights and turn signals are also LEDs as well. One of the things that I added to this, since this is my wife's daily driver, is a key-on running light. So these headlights came with an LED strip that goes underneath of the beams. So I hooked that up to a relay. So key on, it's always on during the day. Helps keep it more visible if, you know, this thing wasn't big enough. I added the 20-inch LED bar using some special made brackets to replace the fog light brackets. The install was relatively painless. I left the bumper on because I did it in my driveway at nighttime, and I really wanted it to be installed and done, so I thought that that would save some time. I probably should have taken the bumper off. It would only be, you know, a handful of bolts on either side. It would come off. It would have made it a lot nicer, a lot easier. Moving on to the interior of the Excursion. The interior is all leather because it's the limited trim. It's in really good condition given that, you know, this thing is somewhere in the neighborhood of 12 years old. The only real change so far in the interior is that I added the LiveWire programmer monitor. All right, so that is the high level of where the Excursion project currently is. Pretty much hasn't started yet, but today it is. Today is officially kicking off the Excursion project. So let's go ahead and start this up and go for a drive. It is a V8. The 6.0 makes a good amount of power, a lot of it's top end. The same reason why I like the engine is why I really like this project. It's virtually untouched. I mean, everything is stock, everything's factory. The only things that have been done to it, I've actually done since it was, you know, a single owner. As far as the future plans for this vehicle, I mean, the sky is the limit as far as the things that I want to do to this. You know, power goals, I don't think that I'm that aggressive in power goals saying that I think I'd like to make 600 horsepower with this thing. I think it's attainable, probably with some injectors, tune, intake, the air manifold or intake manifold. So the next steps for the Excursion are going to be the basic bolt-ons. It already has a tune, but I want to do an intake, I want to do an exhaust, get that stuff out of the way. I'm currently working out the details of getting this thing studded, so whether I do the work or I take it somewhere else to get it done, it really just depends on the amount of time that I have at this point in time. But I want to do head studs, I want to do new head gaskets. I mean, actually, depending upon the condition of the heads, I may do new heads as well. So the list of things that I have for this vehicle is way long. It's very long. I mean, the Excursion's virtually untouched in almost every area, so I'm starting fresh from absolute scratch with this. It is a 6.0, so I'm going to go through the basic bulletproofing, head studs, EGR deletes. I want to replace the oil cooler because I'm getting some deltas in the EOT and ECT, maybe 6 or 7 degrees, and it really shouldn't be that far away. I know the danger point is like 10 degrees, but I want to stay away from that as best as possible. So I either want to replace the oil cooler with an upgraded one or do the full oil cooler relocation. I actually like that better. It really just depends on the availability of parts and time as well. I mean, time is always the kicker, I think. As far as the intake stuff goes, I definitely want to put an intake on it. I want to update the charge pipes and do the elbow. I want to put a bigger turbo on it, like maybe one of the KC stages or something of that sort. I definitely want to do a ported intake manifold. I've seen some pretty impressive stuff happen when people do that. And then the list of things to do that I think I should do, and from what I understand is good practice to do, would be blue spring kit, regulated return, standpipes, coolant filter. I actually have one of those ready to go, so that would be another future mod that I'm going to do for this. You know, I want to go bigger injectors. I definitely want to put bigger injectors in this. Probably do that when we do the head studs and the EGR. Oh, we just lost a GoPro. Yep, just lost a GoPro. I'm not sure if it's still on top or not. Now let's see if the GoPro is still on top, if it made it. Oh wow, look at that, it is still up there. Oh, we're definitely gonna have to look at that video. Oh, okay, well, we didn't lose the GoPro. For how much this thing weighs, it's still pretty quick. It builds way more boost than my 7.3. Let me know what you think of this project, where it's at currently, and if there's any potential mods that you want to see me do on this channel. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll make sure to link up all of the mods that I have so far in the description in case you want to add those to any of your rides. As always, thank you for watching, and be sure to tune in for more Excursion and some more Powerstroke projects. If you have anything about, do you know what Ford stands for? You know, actually, yeah, give me that too. I really want to hear that stuff. So especially that. Please put that stuff in the comments.